Welcome to the YOUmedia Miami Comic Book Podcast. I'm your host, Montgomery. I'm the Young Adults Librarian here at South Dade Regional. And we're going to be doing another comic book news round, basically with all of us talking about different articles that we just came to recently today. So before we get started, let's go around the room, do a quick introduction. So to my left, we have...
Hi, I'm Lowell. How you guys doing?
It's your boy Gio, a.k.a. Let's give me boop whip beat up. A.k.a.
No.
We're going to have to edit that out. All right.
I'm Brian.
It's Brandon, the GOAT.
Ain't no goat.
Yeah, it's your boy Nate.
He's back. Aw.
It's Curtis.
I'm Chris.
All right. So who wants to get started with their topic that they're going to want to talk about?
I shall. He can go first.
All right. My topic is Idris Elba says he's not going to be the next James Bond. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's fair.
I have no comment.
Don't want
No
him to be
comment.
the next James Bond.
Why?
Every movie you've seen
Because
him...
all the James Bonds are with that guy that I've seen in plenty of movies but don't know his name.
I don't understand.
I'll see him.
But
And then I'll know.
I thought he would make a good James Bond
Why'd you think that?
because every movie he's in, he's good. You can't name one bad movie with him in it.
Yeah, that's the editing, dude.
No, I don't. And honestly, I don't see anything that's bad about the roles that he plays. So, to be honest, I think he might make a very good James Bond. It just depends.
Or he would have.
Well, the problem lies is that people
Let's keep it
think
up.
that because James Bond has been played by a white actor, and granted he has certain white
Melanin.
privileges, that he cannot be played by any other actor that's not
That's not
that
true.
color.
That's
And I just totally disagree. But the other argument is, if you have your own hero, like recently Jason Bourne came to be, and before that we didn't really have any kind of like spy-ish kind of action kind of guy. James Bond is more British, but Jason Bourne is American, so that's our doing. So why can't we make our own kind of spy that's like James Bond, but not James Bond? So that's the other argument.
Because
There's no...
you just can't. It defies the laws of movies.
Does it really?
Says who?
Have you seen movies lately? Are there really any laws to it, bro? We had a Black Annie. Like, think about that. Like, recently
Yeah.
there was a Black Annie.
They just came out with Black Panther.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's not about the color,
The argument
dude.
would have been, why can't there be a White Panther?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh.
All right, look.
Let's go, Reddit.
We is talking about Marvel and all this other movie stuff. This is why is everything about race?
Well, it's all related because if we have
Yeah.
look at Marvel,
Yeah.
they had switched Thor from a man to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
have,
Awesome.
What?
Whoa, since
They
when?
did?
Yeah.
Since when?
if you look at the comics that we have on our shelves,
Oh, okay.
I meant you talking about the movie. I was about to
sir.
say.
No,
Yeah,
Thor
no.
is a girl.
about to
It's like,
say.
no,
I'm
Is it,
quitting
don't,
this
do you mean his
earth.
daughter? Or
No,
like
it's
the
literally
like-
Thor.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a new Thor who happens to be a
Oh,
woman.
I gotta read that.
Oh yeah. She Thor.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
She-Thor.
just
It's not
Thor.
like
It's just
She-Hulk.
Thor.
Hercula.
You don't have to add a she to everything. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
but that's
she
Man.
Captain
I
America.
feel like it's a little sexist.
That's not how it works.
How is that sexist?
It's just like why do you have to put she Thor for a female role model?
Why she
Like
can't just be
for
Thor?
like yeah, why can't she just be Thor? Why can't it be just one name? What's the problem with that? I
It's
really don't.
he Thor and she
No,
Thor.
no,
Now
it's
there's
He-Man and She-Ra. You don't call me He-Ra.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't sexist. I believe in all genders.
Well,
Equality for all.
we're not calling you sexist. I'm just saying it's
That
just
was
like
just a sexist comment. that you
Yeah.
made.
I don't make sexist comments. Equality
just-
for all.
You just made one.
Says he. I
Look,
respect all
if you
genders.
believe
Puts
it's
up
sexist, then let it be sexist. But to me, it's not sexist.
all right. Everybody
There's
has
a
their own
She-Hulk.
opinions. Everybody has their own.
There's a
yeah,
She-Hulk.
You're right.
Was
You're
that,
right.
is that sexist?
No. Yeah,
Exactly.
She-Hulk
She-Hulk is garbage, though. I prefer the regular Hulk.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure everyone.
That's all I have to say.
Wait. I don't understand. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, the way that Chris just picked his head up and look at him, like he's just
Hey,
furious
you
over there.
looking
She's
at
like,
name?
She Hulk.
Suspect.
Yeah, you guys, and like, everyone would prefer the regular Thor. Like everyone was like, "Oh, there's gonna be a she
That's
Thor,"
not
and
true.
everyone was.
That's not
everyone
true.
I would
But
love to
I
see.
would like to see a
I would
girl-
love to see a
yeah.
movie with like a girl Thor.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
That would be
Y'all
pretty
need to
cool.
mute yourselves. Man, I'm trying to make a
Why can't they just make her like?
reason why.
full-on
Hey,
girl?
hey, that's
Yeah.
what we're here
Yeah.
to make good
What he's
opinions.
trying to
No,
do is
you know
play
what would be lit if they made a movie with both of them.
Mhm.
both of them.
And what would Thor
Crossover.
do? Like both of their names are Thor. Like someone's gonna say Thor.
Like,
both
she
of
could
them
become.
gonna turn around.
She could come from like
what?
another dimension.
Another
like,
universe.
Yeah, like
Like
the
the
movie,
Arrow-
like the
Alternate
movie,
universe.
the
Her
show
name is-
Supergirl. You know.
All right, look.
Yeah, like Arrowverse, where they've done multiple crossovers over multiple dimensions.
That's
Yeah.
DC.
That,
Right.
But it
okay,
doesn't matter though.
Doesn't
so-
matter.
That's why I should come to Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
Next, you know, it's gonna
You
be
said you
Marvel
want
versus
both of them
DC.
in a
You never
movie.
know.
Hold
They're
on,
gonna
hold on.
be in a shop, and then someone's gonna be like, "That's Thor," and then you guys gonna turn around, and then she's gonna be like,
No,
But-
that's
and
that's
then
so
she's gonna be so
uninteresting.
mad, she
No,
gonna
that's
be fierce.
But wait a
Sweats.
second. Wait a second. I just want to say, why wouldn't Marvel? That would be a good thing for Marvel because as we've seen lately with the last few movies, Marvel has been pushing more towards the comedy side. So why wouldn't a little interaction between both of them and both their names are Thor? And it's like, wow, this is incredibly awkward because both of our names are Thor. My name was Thor first. No, my name was Thor first. And
and then they
Yeah.
fight.
And knowing Thor is somebody who's known for comedy. Have you seen the
He's
opening
cocky.
scene of the new Thor movie?
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, that's
When
like
he was-
my all-time Marvel favorite movie. What are you
Exactly.
talking about? I was
Did you see
rooting
the
that
opening
for that
scene?
to be
But
first
did you see
in
the
our
opening- that's
other
what you're saying.
podcast, which you can find on YOUmedia, YMM on YouTube.
the plug.
All right. So let's bring it back to the Idris Elba situation with James Bond. Is this going to be a racist thing that you can only have a white actor
Yes,
play?
that's
No,
very
that's not.
racist.
I don't know.
Like-
To be honest, it's if he doesn't land the role, if I feel like it's not because he's black because he doesn't land the role. I just think maybe they're looking for something more. If he
Yeah,
just
they
he's
wrote the
just
role.
not for like
Wait,
'cause
so,
it could-
so
it
they
could-
only want a white character?
No, it could be. I'm saying maybe he's just not the type of person that they want for that role. They could maybe want someone different. That's more,
Whiter?
not
But-
wider,
but
more skilled to be in the role.
What do you mean?
but
more
Don't
skilled.
get more skilled than Idris.
yeah,
Elba.
the Idris-
yeah.
Have you seen any of his movies? Like
seen some.
fighting,
The Dark
Take.
Tower.
Have you seen Taken?
It's not
Yeah.
just for the. It's just not for the action part.
Have you seen The
but-
Purge?
No, it's not just
The
for the
new one
action
that
part,
came
but
out?
you have to
What does that have to do
You have
with
to acknowledge and respect the fact that he is a phenomenal actor. You know.
That's what
I
I'm
mean?
saying.
Excuse
So-
me.
But I'm saying if they didn't give him the role, I'm not saying I want him to get the role, but I'm saying if they don't, I don't think it's because he's black. I'm just saying
It's not who
it
they're
could
looking
be
for.
other skills that they're looking for.
Yeah,
I
like,
think-
all right. So when the person or whoever he or she writes the script, equality for all, they have a certain character and mindset. So as they're writing the script, they're thinking
White,
of
white,
the
white, white, white.
situation. So it means they're looking for that certain person, and that's why they have casting calls with a description of what they want.
Exactly. He just
Okay.
walks
So
in.
like if
But why look for anybody else when you want a good movie to have good sales and
because that's
Idris
not what
Elba
they're
walks
looking
in and
for.
say,
They're
"Oh,
not.
I want to be a part of your movie."
They're not looking. They're all right. It's
Would
a
you turn
new
that down?
Jason-
Be honest. If you had a movie, would you turn it down?
To turn him down?
Yeah.
No, obviously
Exactly.
not, because I am not professional, and to have him
I
even
think.
in airspace with me, it would be amazing.
I think they should at least give it a chance.
Yeah, I think they should give him a chance.
Too late.
But look, you gotta counter all this. Where's the paper? Can I get the paper, please?
To bring up the Black Annie situation, that is not set in the period in which you would want a white kid and a white actor to portray something that's going to be set in, I guess, the Depression era, but they made this more update. So why can't James Bond also be more up to date?
What color was the last James Bond?
They're all white.
You're all white.
Exactly.
man.
All white.
What?
But look, what if there's a new actor out there?
Another white actor.
It
That's-
doesn't matter.
that's
Like color
what they're
doesn't
look-
matter.
that's
We're not
what
talking.
they're
All right,
looking for.
let's act-
In a
Color
world-
doesn't
in-
matter?
In a
Why does
world
everything
if
have to be
color-
race?
yeah,
Hey,
in a
how about
world
John
if-
Wick?
If color never
that's a good
mattered,
movie.
then this
That's
would not be an
quarterback James
issue.
Bond right there.
Why do you keep bringing up other movies? They're talking about one specific
But
thing.
that's
but-
what
All
they're
right,
looking
guys.
for.
That's
a
what the
white
topic-
actor who they think would be a good fit for the movie.
Yeah, man.
Because that's what the strip.
That's
Bro.
not true.
If they wanted,
the script.
how,
Who? So the script said the script
for
said,
the
"Oh,
character
we
that
want
they
to watch."
wanted for James Bond
He meant like the description.
is white.
What are you talking about?
We gotta move
The
on.
description
Yeah, let's just move
for
on.
the
'cause
film,
you-
James
Let's
Bond.
move on to
All right,
something different.
Let's move on to the next
yeah,
topic.
yeah,
We'll come
yeah,
back
yeah,
to James
yeah.
Bond if we have more time.
Yeah.
Who wants to bring up the next topic?
Oh Lord.
This has nothing to do with color because everyone thinks everyone's about color.
All right,
Equality for all.
Just move on to the next topic.
Okay. DCCW Flash 2018 crossover event scheduled release, including one switcheroo. Okay, let's get in it. Anyone have any questions about that?
I didn't understand one thing you just said.
I blinked out.
I really like
Alright,
you just.
There's a crossover gonna be happening.
Right, this is DC's DCW
Yeah.
third crossover
Yeah.
event.
Flash,
crossover.
Supergirl, Arrow,
I wanna see
Supergirl,
that.
and a little bit
You said Supergirl twice.
That's too much, to be honest.
of
They should just leave it to like
Batwoman.
season by itself.
No, to be honest,
crossovers, though?
No. To be honest, in all honesty, I like the crossovers that they do. Like the last one they did with the Earth X was really good. To be
Dude,
honest, in
I
my
don't-
perspective,
I didn't
That
like
was-
it too much.
Well,
Why didn't you like it?
It's you know
Like,
it was a
just-
different.
Hold on. One conversation.
Oh, you go first. You.
It just, to be honest, it's interesting to see like what would have happened to the world if Hitler would have taken all the Jews. He would have became like
if he
just-
wasn't stopped.
If Germany would have won World War, what was that 2? So many.
Yeah.
We're on the brink to 5 already, and 3 and 4 have already passed by our eyes.
Alright.
But
Alright.
yeah,
But to be honest, like
Why
the
didn't you like
crossover with the Green Arrow and the Flash is like Green Arrow is like more darker,
Mhm.
But Flash isn't. He's like more like up,
My
like
guy?
shinier.
Like
wait,
he's like
hold
a hero in
Yeah.
shining armor,
Wait.
but Green Arrow's like a vigilante. He's
Wait
like
a-
Batman.
Right,
Yeah,
two
sort of like
things.
that, like more darker, like
Hold on, hold on.
Gotham, you know?
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
seen
I
the
heard
show,
Batman
like
didn't pay his
Go
electric.
ahead.
Wait. 2 things. Have you seen his backstory? And like, there's a depth in every season of the Flash.
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
far.
like
You gotta-
he almost he
but you
did
gotta
die, but he was,
understand,
re-
you
he was
gotta-
remade
listen,
though.
Wait,
Listen.
you gotta think about it, right? Season 1,
Reborn.
right? We already know that his mother dies. Season 2, who
Exactly.
dies? Who dies in season 2? I don't know.
His
Everyone
father.
dies in
His
every
father
season,
dies.
Wells
right?
dies in season
No,
2.
no,
Every single
Ava Thorne.
every single season has literally been about, besides the last season, has been about someone dying in his pretty much
circle.
family and friendly, like his family and friends. And the reason why he doesn't go on a darker path is because everyone's telling him that why would you choose that path? As you can see in some of the episodes, like the one in Gorilla Grodd, where he said, I just want to kill him already. Like, there's no point in him being here. He's just causing trouble. But like, they kept telling him like, why would you do that? You're just gonna bring yourself on a darker path, and there's no real reason for you to do that. You should be staying here.
And
That's
all right, and I was about to say, and the reason why for example, the crossovers between the Green Arrow and the Flash work is for that same reason that both of them are they contrast each other. Green Arrow is more of a darker character. His show is a bit more darker, and the Flash's character is on a bit more on a
It's
lighter
like more
side.
shinier a little, Not
Well,
shinier. There's a word. I don't know the
There's
word.
More
there's
optimistic.
yeah,
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
a bit more
Yeah,
on
there
the
you go.
optimistic side, but then it's like for the fact that they contrast each other and they kind of learn and they like that's why their characters work well together. You know what I mean? And even the Flash, you look at the Flash, that has its up and downs and like its really dark spots and like in it. You know what I mean? Like, so I think just to say like, oh, it doesn't work because they're different.
I personally think that Supergirl and the Flash crossovers are like the best crossovers they
Yeah,
have.
to me, yeah, same.
Like
I
they
think
had,
that's the
all right,
best
the
crossover.
first crossover I think was with him getting that thing from Dr. Wells' chair, aka
the
Eva
Tachyon.
Thorne.
The Tachyons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that thing.
Tachyon has been.
And then the second one was the duet where they introduced a new character. Also, I don't know his name.
I love that episode.
I love that episode was the best episode that I literally watched that episode like 10 times over again and again. Just because, and then I even looked up the actor that played the guy who like put them there in that place, and I wish they would introduce him again
Well-
because I was like he's gone too fast.
Well, I don't think he said his name in the episode.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah. I don't remember his name.
But pretty much, I think what the DC is trying to do is they're trying to get all the Justice League characters together to do like one big crossover episode. As you can see, like they're getting everyone ready in every single season. They started off with the Arrow, then they went to the Flash, and then they created Supergirl, and then came Black Lightning after that. And
Legends.
yeah, League of Legends. I forgot about that. Yeah, that too.
To be honest, I feel like it's like everybody's gonna cross over. You know, like Gotham.
That's the point. That's what they're trying to do.
Because like right now, what is he like? The kid, like he's growing
still
up
a
to
kid,
be the
yeah.
Batman, right?
Right, but there is no crossover with Gotham because that's
Oh
a
yeah,
separate
yeah. My bad.
station, separate.
That's
network.
Fox.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Sure.
you did mention Black Lightning, and the thing is that if you look here, it doesn't have any mention of Black Lightning. You know what I mean? And I've actually went ahead and looked into it, and the creator of Black Lightning, they said, we're not really gonna try to cross over with the Arrow because we don't feel like we need to go ahead and do that because we want to keep everything to ourselves. We want to show that we can bring up this amazing show without doing all the crossovers. You know, so I don't think that they wouldn't go ahead and do it, but for the immediate future, it's not in within their plans to go say, hey, let's go ahead and cross over with the Flash. Let's go ahead and cross over with so and so. You know what I mean? They're just trying to keep it to themselves right now. But the way that you, Brandon, did mention that they're trying to bring all the Justice League characters together, that is very possible because, God darn it, Nate, that is very possible because if you see here, the big thing about this whole crossover isn't the fact that, it's just a crossover, because if it was just them doing the crossover again, it would start to feel like a cliche, like, oh yeah, you're going to go ahead and do the crossover again. What makes this crossover big is the fact that they're introducing Batwoman within this one. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that is very true. I read about that.
They're introducing her, and they're getting ready to set her up to go ahead and kickstart her own little series starting in 2018, 2019. You know what I mean? That's the big thing about this. So I think, they've really set up this universe well, way better than the DCEU.
Yes.
Wait, I have a
most
question.
Definitely.
Wasn't the Green Arrow actually fighting the Flash at one point?
Training.
He was training.
He was training?
That was a training episode.
That was a
when
training.
They crossed
Because I
over.
remember
Yeah.
like Green Arrow shot an arrow.
Right, literally.
He
did. That was the
several
first-
times.
that was the
just
first-
to teach him a lesson.
Yeah.
But there's also some
he's
dude that was
never
supposed
fast
to like he was like like more of a dark arrow. I forgot his name. Like he wore it all black and they thought
Oh,
it
you
was
talking about the
yeah.
Earth X? Earth
No,
X?
no. It was actually a character in one of the episodes. I think season 2.
Oh,
They killed what's his name? Oliver's sister. No, Oliver's girlfriend's sister.
So Black Canary's sister.
I think I know who you're
Died.
talking about.
I think I know who you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
And everybody thought it was the Green Arrow who was killing the people.
Oh, it was
Malcolm
Malcolm.
Roller.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh wait, but then there was the other season where it was on Prometheus.
Yeah.
There's too many people that know how to use a bow and arrow. And
Right.
No, I mean supposedly
Bro,
there's
you need
more
to-
than him just on that island.
My
There's
guy
one
needs
more
to get
guy
me
that was on the
weapons,
island.
something that's a little, less traceable, because this is.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure about Diggle being the arrow either.
No.
So
That crossbow was a little too much.
He's more of like
Anybody
a,
got-
I feel like he's more of a
that.
gun person, you know?
Yeah, that
firearms.
wasn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anybody
he's
got a
not.
new subject?
Let's go with
Actually, I got two, and I'm furious. Let's get it. All right, Bleach live action movie heading to Netflix. All right, so I think sometime I guess back in I don't know what time of year this came at, but in Japan went ahead and they released a movie, a Bleach live action movie. You guys don't know what Bleach is? It's an anime, and there's been this trend lately of making live action anime movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Death Note was one of them.
Death Note was one of them,
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell was another one of them.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Death Note was
recently.
pretty good, though. I like
Way
like
back
that one.
then we had the Dragon Ball.
Which was very bad.
Oh
We'll never
Lord,
speak
that
of
was
again.
so horrible.
Exactly. So the only thing that gives me hope for this is I believe the same thing happened with the Full Metal Alchemist movie is that they actually did have Japanese actors portraying these characters. But there's just some things that just doesn't need to be live action. I think the thing that makes anime movies amazing is the fact that they're animated, so they're not real, and we can kind of make that distinction like, yo, this is another world, you know what I mean? And like it gives us more that mindset to imagine
That
what
pop.
it would
that
like
kid feeling.
like what it would be to be there rather than saying, oh, well, this guy looks awkward trying to activate his Bankai or whatever. Like, I don't know, it looks just awkward being in live action to me. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about that?
Honestly, I don't watch anime live action movies, and the only one I did watch, and I thought at the time when I was 7 was pretty good, was the Dragon Ball Z one, because I was little, and then
Well, that's all.
and then my cousins were like watching like the last Avatar anime, and then the Dragon Ball Z one, and then I saw the live action movie, and I thought it was pretty good, and then that's when I actually got over. I watched it again because like I watched every movie that I watched when I was little over again, just so that way I can have another opinion on it, and then I did, and that movie was trash. It's like I don't even know why they had it in theaters.
Talking about Avatar, I don't know why they didn't make another one because the first one to me was pretty good. They should have made a second one to keep going with the movie series, because if the ending of it really got me excited for them to make another one, but then when I looked it up and I found out they really weren't gonna make another one, I was like,
Talk about the
really
live
sad about that.
Airbender movie.
Yeah.
Wait, they were supposed to actually make a
Yeah.
Avatar
my
Part 2,
guy.
but it never came out or something. Like
There's-
they just had the cover screen and that's it.
So this is how it works in Hollywood. If something bombs in the theaters, you don't make another. All right, unless it's like, I don't know, like some DreamWorks movie. Then you make like 15 more of those, and you go ahead and make a cartoon
But don't forget
series,
that
then you
movie.
go
It
ahead
was
and put
like
on
one of those
Netflix.
movies where they just made one and then that's it.
No, but the
It ends
reason
like that.
Yeah, the reason they didn't make another one because that movie stunk. Like it was horrible. It did horrible in the box office, and that was the plan for them to go ahead and because the way that the original Avatar like cartoon show went is that they had books. I think it's 3 books. So they split them up into 3 books, and they were gonna make a movie for each one, but it completely stunk. And when you compare that to the Avatar show, which is possibly one of the greatest cartoons
Yes.
within like the history of cartoons. I don't care what anyone says. Just the way that they created characters and everything. Why would I make another movie to ruin the legacy that show had? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what kid wanted it. It's just for the fact that if it stunk, leave it where it's supposed to be. Don't touch it again. Let there be that one, and we'll forget it.
But to be honest, who knows? They might actually make another one because it's like almost
Like a
2019,
remake,
like new.
that's right.
Yeah, another remake. Who knows? Because there's like new movies that are actually ready coming out. Like remakes that we wouldn't even expect to come out.
Like Predator.
The Predator.
The new Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty dope.
Venom.
Next topic. I got the next topic, and this is more like a debating topic. All right, so who here watches anime? All right, you watch anime?
Yeah.
You watch anime too? Yo, Nathaniel, you watch the animes? The animals, dog?
I've seen 2 complete animes and I don't want to do anymore.
All right. All right, so everybody watches. All right, so
I don't
there's-
actually. I don't even know what anime is. No, I'm playing. Let me stop.
All right.
I know
So
like
there's
no.
this debate within I guess the anime community, you can say, and it's about which one should you actually watch. Is it the dub version, which is the English dub version, which is with English voice acting, or should you watch the sub version, which is with subtitles, right? So, Dragon Ball Star spurs debate over controversial dub bashing, right? So he's basically, I guess, the fitting dub because within the anime community, the hardcore anime fans like to say, yo, if you watch dub, then, you're not really watching anime. Which, in my defense, I feel like it really does depend on the anime because a lot of anime does have horrible dub. You know what I mean? Like, you'll watch it and it's like, I can't watch this. But if you go ahead and watch the sub version, it's a little better. But it depends. So, like, if you're watching an anime like Cowboy Bebop, which is one of the greatest animes ever and has an amazing dub, that's pretty amazing. So people can't really say English dub sucks for that. But I don't know. I just kind of want to hear, like, everybody's take on, what do they prefer and how do they feel about the whole debate on whether, which one to watch, a dub or sub.
I'll go first.
Okay.
One of the best dubbed shows that I've known, and the world knows what's coming. I think everyone here knows what's coming. Boom. Dragon Ball Z through all of the TV series and all of the other stuff that they've made.
That's
The
understandable.
dub version is like better
Yeah.
it's like the greatest dub anime that they have.
Yeah. Honestly, and I understand that because recently the only reason why I watched Dragon Ball for sub was because I didn't want to wait a year to like watch all of Dragon Ball Super when I could just watch it in sub. And I think there is just something missing about watching it in sub because I feel like in English dub for Dragon Ball in particular, like that's what I grew up with, and that's kind of like I don't know. I feel like they put more emotion into it with your dub. So, anybody else has a take on this debate?
For me,
Mhm.
I don't want to read a movie. I
Right.
don't want to read a series on TV.
Yeah.
I just want just talk.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to read and then look up,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's the exact same emotion. That's my only issue. But a lot of the times when I listen to something that is dubbed and I have the subtitles, sometimes they have two different
Yeah.
interpretations
Yeah.
of the exact same scene, and sometimes the subtitle ones has a little more depth than what the actual translation would have in the dub version. So
You know what I watched in dub the other day? Akira. If you ever watch Akira in dub, it is the most awkwardest thing ever because like sometimes they'll just be like you can tell they're talking and what they're talking about and what they're saying at that time is just like I don't feel like you should really be saying this. You know what I mean? Like you can honestly tell that what they are saying, they just put in there just to fill the fact that the lip flaps are going on. You know what I mean? But nowadays, even with anime, for something like dub, they can even edit the lip flaps. So like, if you watch something like I don't know, you guys ever watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged, like where they'll see. Oh, look, Nate hears that. If you ever watch Dragon Ball Z Abridged, they actually go into the work of editing the lip flaps. So if they want to go ahead and add on to a character saying more, they can have them there, like stuff that obviously Vegeta or Goku or Son, any other of these characters are not actually saying. So I don't know. It really depends. You know what I mean? So like, for example, I can watch Yu Yu Hakusho in dub, which is one of my favorite animes ever, one of the greatest dubbed animes ever. But if I watch in a sub, it's just completely foreign to me. I don't know. Nathaniel, how you feeling, dog?
About the abridged thing,
About
they
everything.
do put all of the effort possible into editing the lips, the faces, the background, even a lot of the fight scenes that you'll see in it will be completely edited. And even if you're watching it subbed, like a regular anime, it'll be easier for you to comprehend what's going on.
Yeah.
Even if the English is a little broken,
Yeah.
it's still like, oh, look, he kind of hates this guy because he murdered his family.
And the same thing like what Monty was saying. It's like I don't think not everybody understands. Like to translate from Japanese to English
Yes.
is the hardest thing ever. So like that's why sometimes you'll be watching a dubbed anime and you could turn on the subtitles and it'll be completely two different things because everything that like everything in Japanese isn't literally as it is in English, so it doesn't translate to the literal meaning. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that's different. And then you'll watch it in sub and they'll go more into depth about what they're actually saying. You actually understand it a bit more. So yeah.
all right, so let's go on to another topic.
I got one.
Go ahead.
All right. Star Wars Resistance trailer release.
Yes.
Star Wars Resistance, a new anime series that takes place prior to the event of the Star Wars The Force Awakens and expands the Star Wars universe, takes flight with a 1-hour premiere on Sunday, October 7th at 10 p.m. What do you guys think about that?
Where
I don't
will
like
it. Where will it be premiering at?
Sunday, October. Oh, it don't.
It doesn't say where.
Because
Disney Channel,
Oh,
Disney Now,
okay.
and Disney Channel VOD.
I'm about to say it just premieres in the space and the
That's not
stars.
gonna be good, I don't think.
Because the Clone Wars series, the new last season, is going to be on the Disney streaming service. So I thought this was also going to be there, but I guess not.
It's kind of awkward that they're not putting it in there because, at a time where they're deciding, hey, let's go ahead and we're just gonna put. You know what? I think it will be. I think it will be. I think that just at this time they're just gonna go ahead and say, hey, let's make it available on TV and then sooner or later, yeah, it'll be on the streaming service. But I don't know. Like if I was Disney, and I was just like any company, because like personally, I think like streaming, like I understand like streaming is taking over. So like if I was any like big media company or any like just big company like Disney, I would just say, hey, let's go ahead and put all our chips on this streaming service and just like expect it to do well. And plus, you're Disney, so you have the money that even if you were to like, even if the streaming service was to fold, what I mean, you have the money to recoup that with like, I don't know, some other Spider-Man movie or whatever. Like, throw a random one out. You see how that does. So I do see it going to the streaming service, the Disney streaming service soon, but I don't know. And I don't know. I don't really watch the Star Wars like shows. I don't know. I kind of like the movies more. The shows that I've never really got into them.
I think when you watch Rebels, at first it's like I don't know any of these characters.
Yeah.
But I think surely after the first couple episodes, you really are really engaged with these characters, and the storylines become a lot better down the road when you see Resistance, and I'm like, I don't know anyone here, and there's a whole set of characters, and considering how much I really didn't like Force Awakens, I'm not sure how I'm going to react to that. But like anything else, I will give it time, and we'll see what happens. So who else wants to talk
About the topic. Gentlemen.
Nathaniel?
Wait,
Oh.
same topic or new topic?
New topic.
Can I see that?
Well, new topic. Which one?
That one right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Right. It's a Deadpool cameo thing. Let's see, new topic.
All right.
I mean, the only other one I could think of is the Watchmen one, and I don't really enjoy Watchmen, so it's just
What, the book or the movie?
a movie.
The movie.
Yeah, the movies.
There's gonna be a series coming.
Right. So that's we're gonna talk in the microphone.
There's actually gonna be a series coming in HBO series, August 19th, 2018. I think that's gonna be bad.
What's
2018 or 19?
Oh, it says 18.
To be honest, I've never really.
That's today.
Oh, that's
That's
for real. Oh.
That's
American Day. The Watchmen.
no, but they got
today.
HBO greenlit
Oh.
now a Watchmen series from the pilot.
I've never really been a Watchmen fan. That's just, I really don't like it in my perspective. It's just
Well, the
not-
good news is you're not going to see any of the characters. It's
Oh,
got
thank
it's kind of
God.
like Gotham.
Oh,
It's in that universe,
great.
but not necessarily those characters. So we are having a new series, and I think it's going to be interesting enough to look at it visually, because Game of Thrones is going to be wrapping up, and they need to have another big blockbuster on their hands. And who knows if this will
But
carry.
the bad thing about his Watchmen is that's more of like a movie, I don't think it's gonna be good of a show.
Well, that's the thing. I never thought that Watchmen could be done even as a movie. And Zack Snyder, I think, did a great job adapting literally almost everything except for one sequence, which is the squid sequence towards the climax. But he did a masterful job of making that feel like just like a graphic novel. So kind of spreading that out over a season or multiple seasons. We'll see how that goes from that point on.
Oh, sometime 2019. All right.
That's not
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Okay. Any other topics?
So I have a topic here.
Okay.
So before I start the topic, has everyone here seen Deadpool 2?
No.
I have to.
Why? What are they gonna do? Deadpool
I
3
have.
next?
I think Deadpool 2
Don't tell me they're gonna make a show
is
into it.
way better than Deadpool 1.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
I
very
don't-
interesting.
Ain't no spoilers, bro. I haven't
To be
seen
honest,
it.
I don't-
I'm not gonna
No,
spoil it.
no spoil-
We're not
it's just-
spoiling. I'm just saying. Like I was asking because I was gonna ask like which from 1 to 10, how good do y'all think it was?
What?
An
Deadpool
11.
2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a solid.
To be honest, I kind of like the
potato.
first one. The first one was pretty cool, but the second one gave it like a little more, more
Meaning.
superheroes in the movie.
So it
pretty
says here that Tim Miller's Deadpool 2 would have featured Fantastic Four cameos.
And Tim Miller was the director of the first one, who was going to do the second one, but went off the project.
See, I don't like that. Like, I hate when
Why?
a director just leaves.
Well, here's the thing. You have to think more creatively on a smaller budget. And that's what made, I think, Deadpool more of a success because it had to do a lot more things on a smaller scale, but make it bigger. That's when they came to a disagreement. I think Tim Miller wanted to go bigger with a bigger budget. Ryan Reynolds wanted to do the opposite. He wanted to keep it small.
I
But
could
have
see.
a question.
Okay.
How would that work? How would you fit the Fantastic Four into Deadpool?
Who
Like,
knows?
Their styles are totally different.
Well,
like
Wait.
that's what he's alluding to. Tim Miller's version was that he would have cameos. And did they say anything else other than Fantastic Four, or there were others?
It says here that.
it's just Fantastic Four.
No, but the good thing about his Deadpool is like the part 2 of Deadpool. They kind of like you know how like movies when like it takes like a while for just have some good action, you know. And Deadpool 2, like it kind of did like take only 10 minutes, you know. Usually movies take about like 25 to like 40 minutes, just to show some good action. But like Deadpool 2 showed a lot.
You must not be a Tarantino fan because that's the Hateful Eight.
No.
Like 5 minutes in, like, oh, okay, we're still on this wagon.
To be honest, the remake of the Fantastic Four, I don't see the reason why they would make another remake. In all honesty, I just didn't like
Because
it.
right
A 1 through 10, what would you give it? A rate?
From
Fantastic Four was in it.
Yeah.
I would-
No, I'm saying like the new Fantastic Four, the remake.
the
what would
one
you
I
give
would
it? A 1 through 10?
I gave it
A
a 6.5. I give it 6.5 because
Same
in
thing.
all
6.5.
honesty, the fact that they introduced Johnny as a black role was very interesting to me, and the fact that they made the Thing a little bit more realistic.
Thingish.
I didn't say thing. That's a thing.
And yeah, Thing, bro. Like I don't think that would have been a good character.
The way they made him, where he was when they saw him, where he was coming out, I just didn't like it, and I didn't like Mr. Fantastic's suit. It was just unrealistic. I just didn't like it at all. Though where he had all the straps on him to release all his arms, it just wasn't good.
I didn't like whoever played Doom didn't do a very good
Yeah.
job.
Also, the villain was horrible. That was the worst part of the movie.
Character him.
And
You know, I did like is when they went to like the where did they go? Oh, I
the-
forgot.
to a
Um,
different.
Some
that was pretty cool. How they
yeah.
Different
did
dimension.
the green. You know, it's pretty
But
cool. That's pretty
yeah,
cool,
it was pretty cool. But to be honest, the fight scenes, I preferred the one from the original, from this one because
Previous one.
yeah, from the previous ones, like because this one it was just horrible. Like it just didn't really introduce a lot.
The end fight
It was
scene
only, like-
was so basic. Like
Yeah, it
they
was
could've did
really
better.
basic. It could have lasted longer. It could have had like
More
more
action.
more action, more perspective to the scenes, and just the ending of it. I just didn't like it how they ended it. Where they were all just looking up at
Are they gonna make another remake or no?
No.
hopefully
the end of
not.
it?
That's the thing. Disney is very close to owning the rights back. So we may have another Fantastic Four movie, or they may be part of a larger film with other heroes. But bring back to the point about Michael B. Jordan as Johnny Storm, which was a white character in the comics, and he's black in the movie.
Now let's take this back.
Bring it-
Yo, but I'm not gonna lie.
bring it back
Yo,
to
but I'm not gonna lie. He
Idris
did a
Elba.
very good job for his character.
And
I like
to
it.
be
Can
honest,
also
I
do a
liked
very
it.
good job for his character.
you already,
Idris Elba as James Bond.
yeah.
Come on,
But
bro.
I think also what made Michael B. Jordan's career also kick off was the release of the new Black Panther movie and him being the villain. I liked him in that a lot. He played a very good role in that.
Michael B. Jordan always been good.
Yeah, for real.
I know,
like
but
in
I'm saying
Creed,
like,
Fruitvale Station,
Yeah.
he's always been a good.
What was
actor.
that? Chronicles, I think. He played in. Yeah. Wait, was it No,
No,
have you guys seen
that's
that?
a
No.
different movie.
Different
Wait,
movie?
have Creed 2 ever came out?
Creed 2 coming out soon.
yeah,
coming out
Creed
soon?
2 is coming out.
So it goes then to the actor themselves, not the color. So if that's the case, then regardless of, well, okay, let's do this. If James Bond is not going to be played by a black actor, but would you put him as a woman then?
Yes, I would.
You would change the sex of the male character.
I would.
They should at least give him a chance. You know, everybody.
It's
a chance.
just
Doesn't
like,
matter. Like
I'm not gonna lie. Some of the women
Some
characters.
characters.
are more dominant than male characters, and I would like to see how a woman James Bond would turn out and see how they would try to play it. Like, I want to see what she used, like her features to try to get over on enemies. Like, I want to see what would happen in that movie.
Yeah, because James Bond uses his charm except for work on
So,
Oh Lord.
have you ever heard of Kill Bill?
Yes.
Think of that.
Who has it? Heard of Kill Bill?
So
Well,
that's like
bloody.
essentially female James Bond.
Are we still talking about James
I mean,
Bond?
we're
No, we
back.
just brought it back because we were
back.
talking about how Michael B. Jordan played the role as Johnny Storm and
He's a
how
good
he was
character.
black. He's black and Johnny Storm is a white character in the comics.
Yeah, but to be honest, he's way much better. And like, they changed the whole entire cast. So like,
Yeah,
Of
but
Yeah,
course.
but
you like Heimdall, right? In Thor Ragnarok or any of the Thor movies?
yeah.
Who is that actor?
I forgot his name.
Idris Elba. And
Exact-
who's Heimdall?
exactly.
A white character in a comic book.
Yeah, but
Wait. Say that
I
again.
don't care
Say
about
that
that.
again.
You
but,
can't tell
I
me
don't
that
care
he
about
wasn't good in that
But
movie.
he wasn't. They didn't make him white
I don't
in the
see color.
beginning. Thor's
Wait,
like in the like Thor movies.
he's a
He's
black
he's
guy?
black.
Yeah,
He's
but like,
Idris
like,
Elba.
but like in the comics, don't they
And
have like a
He's
black
white.
Thor?
No.
No.
No, bro. No. What are you talking about?
So
I don't really get it. Why are we talking? Why am I back here? Why are we talking about race? Let's
he was in
change the
another movie,
subject.
something
What are we
Town.
talking about?
Hey, that's what we hear.
Dark Tower.
Yeah,
Dark Tower. That was
To
a
be
very
honest,
good.
to be honest, I want to. I'm not saying that he can't be in it. I'm saying that like
I prefer
I
Thor
don't
if he
think-
wasn't.
Bro,
I don't.
Dude,
I don't
I-
think they'll
This
put
man-
him in there. Like I
have
want
one
to
thing to
see
say.
him in it, but like I don't think they'll put him.
They're
in
not.
there.
This
Dark
man
Tower
can-
was one of the
Yeah.
best movies with this character right here. They should not change him. If they're
Idris
gonna make a part
Elba
two.
can play any character he wants to. This man played a serial killer,
He can also play
and
Spider-Man.
he did good.
Because he's
I'm
an
gonna tell
independent
you that.
black man that don't need no.
I bet he can make Spider-Man better
Wait,
than
so you
Spider-Man
don't want him to
is.
play
No,
the
he
character?
can never play
Yes.
Spider-Man.
If they put Idris Elba as Spider-Man,
Yo,
you wouldn't pay to go see that.
But don't forget. In
So
some of the comic
He's
books,
not.
Pick it up
I don't
Thor.
see him as that
You
type of
wouldn't
character.
tell me you'll see
Nah.
a 6-foot
All
man
right,
swinging
now
from buildings,
we're-
hanging upside down.
Wait,
You wouldn't pay to see that.
wait. But I have a
That's
question.
dumb.
In some of the comic books, there's
I'm gonna
actually
let
a black Spider-Man.
Yo,
It's a
I'm
little
gonna-
kid.
It's called. His name is Miles
Miles
Morales.
Morales.
They're
Yeah.
making.
Hold up a
They're just.
second.
They're making.
They should make a movie.
Hold on.
They
They
are.
are. It's
They
called
are.
Spider-Man Spider-Verse.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out in
I'm gonna let
December.
you know one thing right there. Chris's She-Hulk movie is happening before that happens. Before you see Idris Elba swinging from.
Well, Spider-Man.
Wait,
Like, I
wait.
can't.
So that
I-
one dude who played Spider-Man is not gonna be Spider-Man no more?
No, he
The
is.
whole-
He is.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
saying I would
no,
pay. I would
it's a
pay
project.
to
Yeah.
see Idris Elba as
Oh,
Spider-Man.
no.
or
That
That
How
would
about
never
Avengers? How
happen.
about the
That's
people
the
who
worst
died in
idea
Avengers?
ever.
The last movie that they made. You think they're
You
gonna
can-
come back or no?
that-
If I had his
they're-
number, I'll call him, and he'll even say to you, "I can never play
Yo,
Spider-Man."
are we still
He'll
gonna do
probably,
that? Try
bro.
not to
This
laugh?
man
Alright,
can do
so-
anything he wants to do.
All right, we'll leave it
He's
at
gonna
that.
play a teenage.
We're done with today's
boy
podcast.
that's
So we'll
like
see you next week.
55.